body slammed Oakland into submission. The A's have hit a definite snag, and instead of galloping away in the West, they've now backed up to where they've become very catchable. And tonight, it was scoreless in the fourth when Jose Canseco worked his way to third. Then Mark McGuire chipped one to third. Tom Brookins checked Canseco, threw out McGuire, but Canseco breaking for the plate, and the big guy used his alertness and speed to beat the throw and break the scoring ice to the top of the fifth. Tiger starter Eric King facing the light-hitting Walt Weiss, who pops a bunt in front. King looks to second, plants, and then tries a twisting throw to first that didn't make it. That moved Mike Gallego to third, and one batter later, Carney Lansford
2-0 pitch.
hit a fly to the right side that was foul. Chet Lemon made the catch, then fired a strike to the plate, but it just missed, getting Gallego, and Oakland led 2-0. Next inning, King ran the count full to McGuire, who reached out, went with the outside pitch, and clouded it into the upper deck. Starter Storm Davis now had a 3-run cushion, but weakened in the seventh. The Tigers scored twice, were within a run, loaded the bases when reliever Greg Cataray, looking shaky, faced Lou Whitaker, who drove one to left.
Over there and makes the
but Louis Polonia ran it down, snuffed out the rally. Dennis Eckersley came in, locked it down, got his 26th save, and Oakland stopped a 4-game losing skid. Over 51,000 tonight at Minnesota watched Kent Herbeck hit his 17th homer. Steve Lombardozzi have a 2-run inside the park job. Not enough, though, against Milwaukee's Bill Wegman. Robin Yount had a big night. Milwaukee beat the Twins, pushing Minnesota 4 games behind Oakland in the West. Fred?
That gets us to New York, where the Yankees opened a 3-gamer against the Kansas City Royals, a series featuring no less than 5 All-Star game players. Winfield, Henderson, Mattingly for the Yanks. Brett, and tonight's starting pitcher for the Royals, Mark Gubicza, winner in his last 6 decisions coming in. Critical series for the Yankees, I don't have to tell you that. Now watch here in the top of the 4th inning. Willie Wilson drives one deep to center field, but look at Claudell Washington on his horse, makes the grab out in center. He's played a brilliant center field most of the season, at least the times that he's been in there. Top of the 5th, men on first and second for Bo Jackson. He gets it up in the air, doesn't line it, but he launches it. It is out of there. Kevin Seitzer and Frank White score ahead of him, 3-0 Royals, rather. Bottom of the 9th, Mark Gubicza gets Dave Winfield to bounce one back to the mound. Hit, so he juggled that thing, but gets it to go. Winfield is out of there. And then Gubicza strikes out Don Slaught swinging, one of 6 strikeout victims on the night. Final score, 4-0 in favor of the Royals. The Yankees, not a comeback team this year, folks. They are 0-26 in games where they have trailed after 7 innings. The Indians had a modest 3-game win streak interrupted by the Angels in the opener of a 4-gamer last night. California coming back for more and getting it. They win at 10-6, McCaskill's 4th straight win. Joyner drove in 4 runs, but it was an action-filled game. Jack Howell of the Angels was hit in the head with a pitch by Bud Black. He had to leave the game. In fact, Black hit a record-tying 3 batsmen in the 4th inning. Some fights broke out, all kinds of action there. Now to Comiskey Park, Chicago. 92 degrees for the first of 2 between the Sox, the white and the red. Bottom of the 1st inning, 1-0 Chicago. Darrell Boston singles to right. Harold Baines, who was on second, goes to third and was held. But when the throw gets away from the catcher, Rick Cerrone, why not? He comes on in to make it 2-0 in favor of Chicago. And now in the top of the 3rd inning, Boston cuts that lead in half. Mike Greenwell standing in. Boy, what a sweet hitter he is. An RBI single scoring Jody Reed, 2-1 in favor of Chicago. Now the bottom of the 7th, scores tied at 5. And Baines comes through again. He cues one through the left side, a good piece of hitting with the winning run as Chicago takes it 6-5. Baines with 3 RBI in the game with that single and a couple of long doubles, a couple of 400-footers. And you know, Baines was in the throes of a 3-for-24 slump before breaking out big time against Boston. Smithson losing despite striking out a career best 9. Now, game 2, bottom of the 1st inning, and Danny Pasqua standing in for the White Sox. Grounds to second base, takes a hop off Marty Barrett's glove, scores Stevie Lyons, and it's 2-0 in favor of Chicago. Now, moving on to the 2nd, the guy who had the big game, Ellis Burks. Watch him lean into this baby. Ooh, he got it all. Upper deck shot at Comiskey, 4-2 in favor of Chicago. Now, bottom of the 2nd, Chicago's Ron Karkovic. He doesn't homer often, but he gets all of it here. Only his 3rd of the year. That makes it 5-2 in favor of Chicago. Now, moving on to the top of the 4th inning. Jim Rice stands in. He struggled this season, I know, but he drives this one to deep right center field. But look at Dan Pasqua go back and rob him right near the track. A great grab out there, but Ellis Burks is able to tag up and score from third. 5-3 Chicago. Top of the 5th inning, score still tied at 5, and Burks strikes again. second two-run homer of the game, straightaway center field. 7-5 Boston. They had 3 more to win it by a final count of 10-7. They split tonight, and guess what? They get to play another twilighter tomorrow, all because of that rain back in April. Seattle, last place team in the American League West. In Toronto, the Jays had lost 7 of 9 coming in, but they get well tonight. Toronto with 3 runs and 4 hits, all of that occurring in the 4th inning. Texas in a spin, losing 7 of 11 before tonight, but getting well in Baltimore, winning their 8-5 as Pete O'Brien drives in 3. And by the way, the Rangers have waived 34-year-old Larry Parrish, the designated hitter. He's been around an awful long time, 8 years just in Texas, but hitting just 190 in 68 games this season.
The trouble began a week ago when they dropped 4 out of 5 to the Mets in New York. Tonight, Houston was home and may be looking for revenge, certainly looking for a way to plug up the sinking ship when the Mets came to the Dome to open a weekend series. How desperate are things in Houston? Mr. Barra says, no way. Not with the Mets throwing fireballing Dwight Gooden tonight, but in the bottom of the 2nd, the Astros got a man to second, and Gerald Young. But Rafael Ramirez was just a little faster, and the Astros had a 2-0 lead. Then Bill Doran slapped one past Gooden into center. Mookie Wilson charged, went to the plate. Craig Biggio came flying home, and now it was 3-0. Enough for Bob Knepper, who tonight won this duel of all-star pitchers. Here, getting Keith Miller looking with that lazy curve. Knepper struck out 6, got the distance on a 4-hitter, and Houston snapped out of its funk.
Now, they had also won 7 of their last 10 before entertaining the Phils again tonight. The Phillies doing their best to break out of a 5-game loser, and this was a great ball game. Well pitched. Mike Schmidt, he's recovering from hemorrhoids. He wants to get in there, but his replacement down at third base didn't do bad today. Von Hayes normally plays first, handles that Sabo smash flawlessly, checks the glove to make sure it really was there. Now, Don Carmen and Jose Rio, they were locked up in a pitching duel. Rio gets good defense behind him. Cal Daniels, nice catch up against the bat of Mike Young. Now, top of the 8th, still no score. Milt Thompson had fouled off 5 pitches before Rio hung one, made a mistake, and Thompson punished it. Pounded it deep and out of there. Only his 2nd homer of the year, 1-0 Phil. Now, in the bottom of the 9th inning, 2 outs, still 1-0. Bedrosian gets the sign. Yeah, he wanted a hard slider, and he got it away, striking out Bo Diaz looking, and the Phillies. Last stop, Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, home of the never-say-win Atlanta Braves. Well, now, they'd won 3 straight before Montreal tonight. So let's see what happened. Tim Raines sitting it out. He was going to come back, but they really didn't need him. Mitch Webster bunted one down. Oberkfell, that throw, he made a nice pickup. And, well, you know, it was going to be kind of that kind of night for Atlanta. A couple of batters later, 1 on, 2-0 Expos. Tim Wallach doubled the right center field past a diving Deion James out there. Hubie Brooks is able to score, and easily. It was 3-0 in favor of the Expos. A couple batters later, Mailer was gone. Expos score 4 in the 1st. Meanwhile, Bryn Smith tossed a 5-hitter at the break. Fine defensive play from Wallach in the 4th inning. Smith faced only 1 batter over the minimum in pitching his first complete game of the year as the Expos go on to win it 7-1.
2nd inning, Mitch Webster takes a high Charlie Puleo pitch deep to right, his 2nd home run of the season. Buck Rogers said, yeah, that's the way to go, enjoying the show from the dugout, and his Expos win easily 7-1.
I mean, the Astros are having problems, and Yogi's on the bench. Maybe he'll get into the game. Gerald Young strokes his pitch to left. Rafael Ramirez motors around 3rd. Into home. The throw's not in time. 2-0 Houston. On to the 5th. Mets get it close. Mookie Wilson grounds to Ramirez. Has to hurry the throw. And just does get Mookie, but Magadan scores 3-2, Houston on top. 2 batters later, 2 men still aboard. McReynolds sends this deep fly to left center. Gerald Young is back at the wall, bangs into it, makes the catch, and ends the inning. Bottom half of the 5th, Gooden has 2 strikes on Buddy Bell. Singles up the middle. Tuffle just can't get to the ball as it won't come up. The run comes in to score. Terry Poole from Saskatchewan, and it's 4-2. 2 gone in the 9th. Knepper all the way as he strikes out Keith Miller looking. And the Astros win it 4-2 to snap a 5-game losing streak. Knepper with 6 strikeouts in the game picks up his 9th victory. Gooden has 11. They'll combine those 20 victories together when they move to the All-Star game. In Atlanta, the Braves and the Montreal Expos. The Expos get the win by the count of 7-1. Mitch Webster had a home run, as did Fitzgerald. Bryn Smith gets the victory. Virgil had the Braves' only home run, and that came in the 9th.
Cincinnati's Reds, winners of 4 of their last 5, home once again tonight to the Phillies, and the Reds are playing better ball over the last week just after manager Pete Rose got that vote of confidence, and they're within 1 game of 3rd place beginning play tonight, and nobody in a pitcher's stool could get a hit. Even Pete was tempted maybe to go to the bat rack. 1st and 3rd for the Reds here in the 4th. Don Carmen, though, gets Tracy Jones a hit into the twin, killing, and the scoreless through 7. Jose Rio, Milt Thompson had fouled off 5 two-strike pitches, and gets the 1-2 pitch to his liking, and that, my friends, is the only run of this baseball game. The second on the year for Milt Thompson, 1-0. He gets the run, and Steve Bedrosian got some work in relief of Don Carmen. Bo Diaz, good night. And the Phils win it 1-0. Bedrock went 1 1/3. He had 3 Ks to pick up the save. And this all snaps Phillies' 5-game losing streak, 1-0 the final. And also on that game, Don Carmen, 7 2/3. They haven't been able to figure out what to do with him. Relief or start or relief? Well, he started and did very well tonight. Elsewhere around the league tonight, Chicago and San Diego into the 6th now, and the Padres leading at 2-1. Also at St. Louis visiting San Francisco. That's a 1-0 Giants lead into the 5th. Will Clark's sac fly, the only tally in that game.
The Dodgers and the Pirates. At the plate is Tracy Woodson. He gets the offering from Barry Jones and sends this one in the gap, but having a bead on it, Andy Van Slyke and Darnell Coles, and they also have a bead on each other. Where is the ball? Darnell Coles came up with it, and check this out on the instant replay as Van Slyke goes down, Coles goes and gets it for the out. Was anybody hurt? No, they both come off knowing they've got the play of the day.
Play of the day, brought to you by Budweiser.